Hey there, fellow collectors. Mark here, and today we're going to focus on the Marvel Legends Secret War Marvels Beyonder from the Secret Wars series, the 40th anniversary edition here. Now, the thing is, if you were back in the 80s, you remember the original Mattel versions, you did have Spider-Man in his black suit, which was super cool when you first saw him, but also there was Spider-Man in his red and blue suit. There's Captain America, Iron Man, Wolverine, very classic from there. But they did not have Titania. There was no Marvels Beyonder. They actually had Kang, Doctor Doom. Eventually they had a Falcon and stuff. You could do that. So there's a lot of options you had. And I have those all to show you. So check out our videos on those as we review those. But I thought, hey, you know what? This new 40th series, let's check them out. And I saw this Beyonder. I was at GameStop, and yes, a whole $1 off. But let's be honest, that's the usual price for a Marvel Legends kind of thing. And this is actually kind of nice. And the thing is, when I was a kid and I was reading the books, especially, Secret Wars 2, where you had, the Beyonder and kind of things, it was cool because he made Battle World. And that's what they have right here, which is kind of a cool thing where he put it all together to make all the heroes fight to see who wins. And it was really neat. But another thing that was cool is these lenticular shields you see right here, yeah? And what it is like when you move it, can you see? I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, but you see how it changes? You had that for everybody. And people were like, wait, this Iron Man was Rhodes at the time, but in the in the new version of this, it's actually Tony Stark, which isn't what it actually was. And actually in the Marvel Legends, in the Marvel Superheroes old one, it also was Tony Stark. You're like, wait, that's not the right one. But we're not going for perfection. We're just going for to talk about it. And I thought it was cool to pick this one up because he was such a groovy character back in the day. Look at that chest hair. Look at that. Look at those collars. I mean, that's really kind of a good thing. So I thought I'd kind of go through this and show you what it was like. So see how the movement is. And so you can decide if this is something you want to pick up when you're out and about. So one of the things is these big ones is trying to figure out how to get into it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take me some time to do this. And I will probably ruin everything on here. So I might go from the bottom here. Hold on. I'll be right back. So with little help, I cut down underneath here, underneath the bottom, so I can kind of lift them up and slide them out and see what we have. Dun, dun, dun. Keep that up there for you. Now, it comes in nice plastic packaging, so everything stays in place. And, of course, the instructions, who knows? They always give us things to you. But one thing is, let's see if we can pop them out easily. Pop. There's the head. There's your shoulders. And Disco King Beyonder is out. Yes, I am here. Let's party. Now, one thing I will say is just grabbing onto him right away, he feels like not gummy, but he feels different than the other Marvel Legends that I've had. But he is kind of cool. I kind of like that. It's like a different vibe, but it's also how the Beyonder is. I'm a different kind of cat. Now, in terms of his movements, let's see what he has. Let's see. Get his arms out here. How high does his arms go up? Oh, we can have some nice things here. Not bad, not bad. Going up this way, we can have it out so we can, I am Marvel Jesus, and get him up on there. Splits. He's not a ninja, but you know what? That's not too bad. Notice there is pinless knees, so we don't have to worry about that there. How's his bends go? Bends all the way back here, bends all the way back there, and he bends really easily. Like, that's actually pretty cool. Like, he's way more bendy, and I don't know, it's better than a lot of the other Marvel Legends kind of stuff. Now, let's look at his arms. He's got the elbow, so you can do that. Hands rotate, have that one. Shoulder, arm rotation here. Shoulders go all the way around, so that's good. So you have that. So I think if you're going to be doing like a, kind of like a disco theme, like you're going to get, maybe you'll get Gem or maybe you'll get Dazzler, the 70s Dazzler one, he's definitely going to fit. In terms of, he rotates at his thing. There's a little bit of ab stuff, but not really anything. So you notice there's nothing there. It's all just like that. But the thing is, we have other options. We have other hands here. So let's check out his other hands. Because how else he's going to hold on to Battle World? Boop. So we get these bad boys out. Now let's see how easy his fists come out. No, not too hard. Not too hard at all. So we get this. Put those bad boys back in. There we go. Snaps it in. Snaps it in. Pretty easy. Not too bad. Not too bad. So he's there like, hey, I'm going to come get you, my pretty. But the thing is, when he's holding something, his toy, and that's one thing I think they messed up. He doesn't have, none of them have the guns. You look on here, he had a gun. Kang had the same gun. Doctor Doom had the same gun. I like that, even though they put him on here, the Doctor Doom from the 2-pack with Doctor Doom and Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel, actually a really good character. I got that one. That's really nice. But yeah, don't have the little guns that come up. It just has the lenticular shields. And then they have, he at least has Battle World coming at him. Now this is kind of cool. See different parts of the worlds put together and the flames on there. I think that's kind of cool. Now, you can have it so he can hold it. Apparently, that's how you can have it so he can actually hold it. So let's see if we can actually get him to hold it. There. Ta-dum. Well, sort of. I can see with a little more playtime. There you go. He does a decent job of holding it there, so he's kind of looking down at his thing. Haha, there it is. Now his back and forth head, that's as high as he goes. Down, as low as he goes. So he can look down on his winnings. That's kind of cool. Now, while I keep him here, let's check out the lenticular shield. Because this is one of the big things when I was a kid. It was really fun, and it was funny because the Captain America one, he didn't have a shield, he just had that. So here, they give you this, but it gives you direction to put inside. So let's see if I can open this up. Let's see if you can see the shield. He goes to his energy form, then his human form. As they say, his naive human form. Have that in there, so we can take that out. Now this one, let's see, I don't think it doesn't really do anything. It just is, you can just have that. So it doesn't actually, there's no lenticular or anything with this one. So you can leave that there, put this one back in, close it up so that I don't lose that part. You have that. Now, here's the thing. You want to get it on his arm? Boom. He has a little thing that slips on. Pump. See if we can get it on his arm and see how it looks. Not really the easiest to put on there. I guess you put it, you got to put it on you put it on the cuff of his sleeve, not on his hand, not on his wrist. So you have that. Now, for him, I don't know if he really needs this, but he has it there. There you go. There's the Beyonder. Marvel's Beyonder from Marvel Legends Secret Wars. And I'll be honest with you, this is one of those times, you know when you're like having one of those days, it's just not a good day, and you pick something up to make your day better. I picked him up at GameStop because it was a bad day, and this did make my day a little bit better. So that was kind of cool. Comes off there. Haha. And there you go. Marvel Legends Beyonder. Is he worth getting? You know, if I was getting the Secret Wars series, if you're doing a 70s theme thing, or if you want to, you know, kind of like kit bash and put someone else's head on here, if you're looking at his head, and get his head off. Oh, he's got the really big ball head, so if you got those, you can put it on there, so you can have anybody can be Disco Stew. It goes on nicely, so you can do that. But yeah, not a bad character. However, if you were not in the Secret Wars, if you're not there in the 80s, this probably isn't going to be something for you. I think if you're looking at them, we'll have other reviews because I've got Wolverine to open up, I've got Spider-Man to open up, and I already have Doctor Doom, which is kind of a cool one. So I'll go grab him so you can kind of see him. So here's your Doctor Doom size comparison. Doctor Doom's a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, a little bit more menacing, but this is a great one. This is just like he is in the 1984 Secret Wars ones. Oh, sorry. I don't have a flat bottom here in my light case, but I'll be honest, like this one is very cool because he has the face plate where it comes off. He has where you have a normal head. You have this. Unlike most Dooms, there is no cape to go along with it, just like in the thing. But looking at him, the Doctor Doom, you notice how he's kind of wiggly? You can tell that it feels like Marvel Legends and Star Wars figures are not as like solid as like the G.I. Joe or Transformer things. And it could be because they are just licensing these versus, you know, G.I. Joe, which is owned by Hasbro. But still, this is okay character. This is a definite, I think if you're going to go for them, I would get the Spider-Man, I get Doctor Doom, I get Wolverine to have those. Iron Man's pretty funny because he has roller skates. And Titanium we've never had before, so you go with that. But honestly, kind of a fun thing, a throwback if you want to go back to the 80s when you had your fun times. But you'll notice the original ones, this one has the pins in the leg. This is pinless, so you do have things there. So I hope this helps you know if you want to start collecting your Secret Wars set. I've got 4 so far and maybe some more to go. So enjoy your time as long as you have. And thanks for watching. Bye.